Hey guys, Kate back from K9, and I'm going to be working with 5-month-old German Shepherd puppy Dexter. He just got here, and what I'm going to start with is just starting to build a new language with him. I'm not going to jump into any of our e-collar work yet, that is to come, but what I want to really start with him being a young guy is like teaching him some initial boundaries, but also really focusing on his engagement with me. I want to build up his drive to work with me. So when we do add in more challenges like distractions on the walk or on place, we have a good foundational language built up between Dexter and I. So I just popped him in a crate. He's on a slip lead right now. That's all that I'm working with him on currently. And we're going to start with just some boundary settings in the crate before bringing him out to work. Because again, I talk about this time and time again, we do not want to have a type of busting out of doors, personality, demeanor coming out when we want to really work with the dog. So start slow right in the beginning so that you can really start communicating with your dog immediately. Think about training as full picture, not just in the active moments. So let's get going. All right guys, so I popped him in the crate. He's got the slip lead on. You can tell he's already ready to work. What I'm guessing is going to take place is I'm going to go to unlock the crate door and open it. He's probably going to immediately want to come forward. No big deal. I'll show you what I do to work through that. Good. So cute. Okay, chew it, bud. You got it. Good. Yay. Yay. And I'm going to go do a little bit more in the crate. Dexter. Watch how little I'm going to talk quite a bit of like his name, and you'll hear a lot of shushing and goods, but you're not going to hear me really throughout any of this doing any obedience right now. Like notice how I'm not asking for sit. Good. I'm marking the behaviors I don't want, and I'm marking the behaviors I do want. So when I say I'm marking the behavior I don't want, it doesn't mean like he's getting like major punishment for it. It's just like a no, that's not what I'm looking for. That is what I'm looking for. Good. So I think people hear boundary, structures, corrections, like that is a correction. I'm using my spatial pressure to correct the answer that he gave me, and I'm marking the answer that I do want. Good. Good. His eye contact's beautiful. Great. Yay! Yay! Dexter. Good. Your parents should be they've done a good job. We've got some good owners. 5 months old, and they've already done tons of foundational work with them. Bought my e-course, puppy book, all of the things. Good. Yay! Wow, so fun. Excellent. Good. Again, I'm changing the way that he views the open door. So open door doesn't mean fling out. Good. When you think about wanting to shift the way that your dog is responding to something, think of it as capturing a new picture. So if right now this has always meant him come on out, in his mind he's not wrong. So we need to create a new picture of this means good, patience. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And you get some yummy grillers when that happens. What I like to start to do in a controlled setting right off the bat is I like to drop the leash, and I like to create distance. You'll notice with a young pup, 5 months old, I'm going to give a little bit more information just so that again his learning pattern is consistent. Like he's understanding that I'm starting to introduce this new spatial pressure thing to him. Dogs naturally respond to it, but as a pup, he's got to be able to rely on me to give him a lot of information, but I also want to give him the opportunity to kind of test what the environment's going to allow. Good. So starting to build up your duration, your distance with puppies, start immediately. Again, if he was 12 weeks old, the expectation would be a lot different. But 5 months old, this kid is ready to work. Good. And you're very big 5 months old. Picking up the leash, that might mean to him right now, we're going to do something. I want to change that picture. I don't know what it means for him yet because he just got here. You're smart. Good. Notice how I use food as well. I will, for puppies, definitely use it as lures and stuff. But right now I'm just using it as payment. He's giving me something I want to agree with versus using it as like a Dexter, look what I've got, as a bribe. I use it as a, hey, offer me something, good, here's your payment. Beautiful. Good. All right, I'm going to start jumping into some engagement work with him. I'm going to shut this just so that I don't run into it. And I'm going to just start as if I were doing also like my tone e-collar work, which I'm not doing that with him just yet, but it's kind of like my name recognition. Dexter, yes! And I'm going to start building up my yes marker with him. Dexter, yes! Oh, I dropped it. Good job, bud. You can also do it where you go, Dexter, yes! And you can make them chase it. Dexter, yes! Dexter. Good. Notice how I didn't ask for that sit. He just offered it and I'm marking it. Good. They've started doing sit with him. They've started doing place with him. Good. Good. Notice how I'm starting to shape an implied stay with him. I'm not giving him any information of like stay, which I utilize as stay, but I'm just starting to shape, good, him not following me right now as he's holding still. I'm marking that, that's what I'm looking for until we get moving again. Dexter, good man, good man. Dexter, yes. Good job, buddy. Good job. Dexter, yes. Good man. Shh. Good. Right there. I want to start little bit of interruptions of like head to the ground because again, on the walk, good. The goal is going to be engagement like this. So disconnection, you can start introducing that for sure at this age. So it just looked like his head went to the ground. I did a little leash pop. Good. Notice how hard I work in this as well. I don't just start throwing words at the dog. Sit, sit, sit. No, I keep my body moving. That's it. Good. The beauty and stuff like this of like this not being foreign to him, the place bed, is I just strategically took that route. I didn't like have to use any leash guidance or telling him place or anything like that right now. I just came over here with my body guidance. Right there, I stopped strategically. I made that active choice. He stopped with me, a reward. Because again, this foundational stuff has been started at home. Love that. But we're gonna start shaping and making it more solid with utilizing it in a way of like, this is where you're gonna get a lot of your rewards. You need to learn that you only get off when invited to do so. Good. So I like to see what the puppy will offer me in the first session. And got a smart bubble. Oh, thank yous. Oh, thank yous. Oh, did you learn shape? You must have. You're like, hey, where's my cookie for that? You're such a dog. The other thing I like to throw in with puppies too, especially him being at an age where, you know, he's a big boy, he's going to start doing, you know, some stuff like jumping and pulling and all that kind of stuff if, you know, if he gets the opportunity to do so, is I like to, in mid-session, just kind of stop and just see what he starts offering. Am I going to start getting like a pawing at my leg? Shh. Am I gonna get a, I wanna check out that lead? Am I gonna get a demand barking, like, hey lady, let's get to work? All of those are not wrong choices because we're learning a new language together. But I would, just like I did there, give him information of like, hey, it's just not what I'm looking for right now. This is, and then I reward. You'll start to notice too, each session I work with him, his reward schedule will look a little bit different too. Like right now, I'm doing a lot of rewarding for pretty much everything. We're just starting our language, but it will get more intermittent with time. Yay! Yay! Dexter! Good. I'm strategically also utilizing the dogs over here of like, hey, I'm gonna start making kind of like a boundary for that of we're heading over to the dog's crates. Dexter, good. Yes. I don't want him to start to think that like he can go up to the other dog's crates. So I look for those opportunities to set boundaries versus just waiting for them to happen. I kind of set them up so I can be really proactive for my other dogs and proactive for him. Good. Now just moving around. I just want to see when he starts offering me moving with me. Good. I'm just marking every time he's kind of looking up at me. Yes! Find out that choice. Yep, we have a little runway here. It's not the coloring to keep on it, but it works. I need more food. I need more food. That was my dad. Yes. Okay. Let's get restocked. So even right here, I love the choice of like, hey, look what I can offer you, but I still want to start to teach him like, hey, let's wait until you get the direction. See how I just put a little bit of leash pressure on you guys? Like, it's nothing crazy. It's just, he's going forward, pressure, good. Release the second he heads my way. And this is what happens, okay? Hello. A lot of the times people hear like a little leash pop, like if that's the way that we're explaining it, or leash pressure, and people think that that has to be like yank and crank. Like that's not the case. Are there some corrections that need a little bit more oomph behind them? For sure. But like right there was just a little bit of pressure on, the second he heads my way, pressure off. Beautiful. He understood it. Okay, now let me restock. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to have him hold the boundary. Whenever I move around, I always keep my peripherals on him. Training is not off right now. Training is very much still on, so I have to make sure that I'm prepared to step in when needed. We got the good stuff today. Don't tell Bibi we took some of her grillers. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. Okay. These kind of moments too, guys, like, I know it probably is like, oh, this is kind of the boring stuff. This type of stuff of like, hey, you need to quickly get something out of the kitchen. You need to pick up something that you dropped. A kid needs your attention. Beautiful training opportunities. You're not going to always be able to be on with your dogs, but make sure that if you have especially a puppy or, shh, I know you saw the good stuff, or a dog that needs more direction, like they're super reactive in the home or things like that, if you're not able to be on them, you know, always giving them information, then make sure they're in their crate, closed door, and you go do your human stuff. Good. But if you can incorporate them into these training moments of like, hey, I needed to restock or you need to do something at home, beautiful. Just make sure you're there to educate. Good. Good boy. Okay, you might change my mind. I might get a German Shepherd someday. I have all these dogs I want, I think, in the future, but I'm also like, no, 2-dog limit for sure. Good. I also like doing stuff like this with puppies immediately too, of like, all right, how are you gonna handle me handling you? His dopey giant paws. I'm in love. Yes. Notice how with yes, I keep moving. Good is kind of just like a good, keep doing what you're doing. But yes, I keep moving as he's taking his food reward from me. So for instance, let me show you the difference on that. Good. I bring food reward to you, keep doing what you're doing. Good. I mark that, food reward gets brought to the dog. Stay, keep doing what you're doing. Yes! You just completed what I was looking for. Come receive or go get your reward. And I keep moving. Good. This is the type of stuff that you can expect to see your dog do on day 1 of training with us if you follow the game plan of like implementing things at home even prior to training. Like you got the good stuff, bud? You know, he's only a 1-week foundational puppy program, but we're probably going to be able to get so much accomplished with him in that 1 week because of the foundational work that's been done at home. But if it was just complete chaos all over the place, has no idea of how to like start to work with a human, it's just like immediately dragging on the leash or barking in the crate, good. That's where I'd have to be, you know, focusing right now. I would be doing any sort of active session with him like this if he didn't have foundation. Good. Notice how right now with his release, I'm giving him Dexter a little bit of leash just to start to shape, hey, break means come off of that command. Good. You learned. Kennel. Good. See you later. Good. Start throwing distractions in immediately. Good boy. Bye. Shh. Good. I'm obsessed with you. I'm obsessed with you. Shh. You're an angel baby. Good. Okay guys, I'm going to do a little bit more kennel stuff with him, probably get Casey doing some engagement with him just so that they are on the same kind of communication plan as we are. Going to get him used to thresholds, all of that good stuff, and we will keep you posted on more Dexter work. Stay tuned.